Hello friends, and welcome. We're moving forward with our journey through the beautiful names today. We're going to be working with Ya Malik and Ya Malikal mulk. It's beautiful phrases which have their roots in the word which means held in the hands, malaka. So it's all talking about how all of our experience is held in the hands of Allah. So we began just with a line from the Surah Fatiha, Maliki Yawmiddin, sometimes translated Lord of the Day of Judgment. Rather, we could say the one who holds everything in their hands, the one who's holding everything in their heart from the dawn of time until the end times. Through all of these cycles of existence. Maliki Yawmiddin. Let's just sing it together a few more times. As you probably heard, it's call and response. So you can sing with Salik. Maliki Yawmiddin. Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Maliki Yawmiddin.
Towards the One, the perfection of love, harmony and beauty, the only being, united with all the illuminated souls who form the embodiment of the Master, the message, the mystery, the miracle, the Mother, the Spirit of guidance. Bismillahirrahmanirrahim. So I'm going to begin our exploration by reading you a little bit about Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. So actually, the name we've arrived at right now is Malikal mulk, which is number 83 out of 99. But it's recommended that it's paired with Malik, which is the kind of root of it. So I'll just go right back to number 3. Malik. The quality of Al-Malik is to hold everything in the universe in the hands of the one and only being. It is an all-inclusive and majestic embrace. The word for angel, malak, is closely related to this name. Angels are made of light and are held in the hands of Allah. The light of Al-Malik holds the inner essence of each and everything. Each thing's essence never leaves this majestic embrace and never returns to it because it is permanently rooted in it. Malik, thus experienced as holding everything's essence in the inner world, is naturally paired in repetition with Malikal mulk, the majestic force that holds all outer forms. By combining the two names in repetition, you are brought to a balanced confidence in heaven and earth. Invocation of Malik, Malikal mulk, is an antidote for all who feel abandoned and don't believe they belong anywhere. A person in this condition is constantly negating the reality of inner majesty or denying the reality of outer majesty. The recitation of these two related names as a pair is also useful for those who do not feel entitled to possess things and who are afraid of the grossness of the material realm. So that's the part from Malik. And we begin to touch on this holding in the hands of Allah. Malik, the holding of everything inner. And Malikal mulk, the holding of everything outer. So just a little bit more. This is the part on Malikal mulk. Malikal mulk expresses that each and every manifestation in the universe completely depends on being held by God. Malikal mulk describes permanence in the midst of change. Things, mulk, are always in flux, coming and going, strong and weak. They're transient. Even though the world has this appearance, invocation of Malikal mulk brings the realization that all manifestation never leaves the hands of Allah. Both elements of the name, Malik and mulk, derive from the same root, malaka, which means to hold in the hands. Calling on this divine quality is like reaching down into the stream of time and grasping eternal essence in its majesty. It is sovereign and controller. Invocation of Malikal mulk helps you overcome the dichotomy that arises from how you may be perceived by others, because from the perspective of this divine name, whether you are viewed as high or low is irrelevant. It's especially recommended for all who, because of lack of intimacy in their family, are hesitant to trust relationships with people. It's also a remedy for all who are afraid to fully engage in this world because of its coarseness. So just to summarize again, things are always in flux, in change, coming and going, growing and shrinking, being born and passing away. But all of that changing reality is held in this constancy of Allah, held in the hands of unity. So I think we'll start with a few repetitions. Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk, and then we'll do some further exploration. Did you want to say anything?
Just saying, I like that sense of being held in the hands of unity. Very comforting prospect.
That's right. And I don't know about you, but there's a part of me who feels that she has to do it all by herself. And it's a really useful reminder that she too is held in the hands of unity, of love.
Mm-hmm.
So we'll do 11 times Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. 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 Let's breathe in Ya Malik, breathing that holding into all of the inner spaces, and breathe out Ya Malikal mulk, that holding of all that's manifest. Breathing it into all of our inner community. Each one of you is held in the hands of God. Breathing it out into all manifested reality. Everything that we can see, hear, feel, taste, touch, experience is held in the hands of God. And the breath moving back and forwards between the inner community and the outer reality. So letting the words go and just following the breath from these two senses of holding and being held. Breathing into that inner holding, breathing out into the outer holding. So there was a reference in those readings to the quality of sovereignty, sovereign, controller, king, queen. That's a word which is very much associated with these qualities. And we find that coming through the different languages of the Middle East. So, of course, Malik, Malikal, mulk, this is Arabic. And in Aramaic we have malkutah. Malkutah.
Malkutah.
And you can hear it's got the same root from malaka, this holding in the hands. Sorry. There we go. Thanks. So the sense that in the olden times the king or the queen would only reign for as long as they were able to hold the community, to take responsibility, to protect and to hold. And this word came into what we know as the Lord's Prayer in Aramaic, referring to the kingdom of heaven. Thy kingdom come. Te te malkutah.
Te te malkutah.
So this reign, this sovereignty, which is actually not gendered masculine in the Aramaic. In fact, it's gendered feminine. This reign of unity, we're saying, come, come now. It's not that it's ever gone away. As we heard in the reading earlier, nothing can ever leave or return to it because it's rooted in it. We're rooted in this holding, we're rooted in this reign of unity. We're constantly held in the palm of the hands of the Holy One. But it's such a human thing to feel separate from that and to forget. And so sometimes we need to call out for it. Come, come. To ask for it in order to be open to returning to our awareness of it. Te te malkutah.
Te te malkutah.
So we're going to dance together this line from the Aramaic prayer. It's got 3 different melodies and there's different movements to go with each melody, so I'll just teach them one by one. Te te malkutah, 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 te te malkutah. So that's just on one note like that. The second melody. Te te malkutah, 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 te te so I'm going to stand and show you these movements. Malkutah.
Tach. Right.
It's very soft. At the end of it, it's almost inaudible.
I think I missed it till now.
Malkutah. It's almost just like the sound of the breath. When we remember this holding, when we invite this rain of unity to be our guiding principle, we're so powerful. Because when we're calling on our greater self, on the truth of who we really are, this is what enables this power to move through us and to work through us. And it's only when we identify with our small selves that we are diminished and not so powerful. So a real invitation to open to this rain of unity. Let it descend from the crown to the feet. Let it rise from the feet to the crown. Let it embody you, imbue all of your movements with the power of the Holy One. This rain of unity. And the invitation is to center in the heart and also in the third eye, so that we're holding all of our subjects, all of our inner community, all of the little parts inside us, the young parts, the weak parts, the shameful parts, all of them held in these loving hands of unity. And all of the strong parts and the wise parts and the confident parts, all held in the loving hands of unity. And then, as we look to the outside, and we realize that nothing is left out, everything is rooted in this holding. So wherever we look, this is our kingdom, queendom, sovereign reign of unity. God has no hands but ours. So let's stand if you choose. Or of course, you can sit or lie and modify the movements if you wish. Imagine that you're doing the movements, or just let the sounds wash over you. So for the first melody, te te malkuta, we're just slightly looking to the right and then back to the center, straight ahead, leading with the heart and with the third eye. We've got this vision, this long view of what needs to be done, and this heart-centered holding of everything. So we can allow aspects of our life to come into our awareness, people in our lives, our planet. Bring us into our loving awareness. Allow our long-sighted, inner-sighted vision, insight, to open to what needs to be done for the benefit of all beings. So that's the first part, and you can watch Salik if you forget when we do it. The second melody, we are looking to the right, to the left, and above and below. And it's really like in every direction, right, left, up and down, everywhere we look. This is our queendom, kingdom, our land. This is where we belong. It's ours to take care of and protect and hold in the loving heart and hands, just as we are held in the loving heart and hands of God. So looking to the right. We're going to bow and then raise. So we're really identifying this vertical connection again, remembering to open this channel to allow the light of unity, the loving heart and insight of the Holy One to flow through us. And then we take a little step to the right and a little arrival, little stamp that says, I can do this. This is sometimes translated the I can of the cosmos. That knowing of that power. We are free, we are powerful. So it looks like this. We do that and then we repeat it to the left. So bowing. To the left. Wonderful. So Salik will guide you through those movements as we go along. We'll begin at the beginning. Come, 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 your reign of unity. Create through us now, through our fiery hearts and willing hands, this reign of unity, this I can of the cosmos coming through each one of us, right here, right now. Heart and third eye. Te te makuta, 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 te te makuta. moment, feel yourself standing really tall, chest open, heart open, third eye open, a channel for the light of unity to shine through you from crown to feet, from feet to crown. Create your reign of unity here through our fiery hearts and willing hands. Can you feel that energy flowing through the palms of your hands? Limitlessly powerful beings, every one of us. Amen.
Amen.
So I wanted to just drop in another little Sufi practice. Just inspired by another part of the root of this word, the Malika, the angels. Those beings of light who are held in the hands of Allah. And this is a practice which came down in our tradition from Sufi Barkat Ali in Pakistan to Murshid Sam, and through Murshid Sam to us today. So it uses these words: Subuhun,
Subuhun,
Kudusun,
Kudusun,
Rab al-Malaikate,
Rab al-Malaikate,
Wa Ruh.
Wa Ruh.
So the Subuhun, this is connected with Subhan. So it's like the original purity, the full moon without a trace of shadow. And the Kudusun, Ya Kuduz, the empty space, emptying out. And the Rab al-Malaikate, this is like the protector of the angels, the Lord of the angels. And Wa and Ruh, the breath, the Holy Spirit. So we'll just go through those words one by one. You can repeat them with Salik after me. Subuhun,
Subuhun,
Kudusun,
Kudusun,
Rab al-Malaikate,
Rab al-Malaikate,
Wa Ruh.
Wa Ruh.
So these are like 4 directions that we can turn to when we need help. The fullness, the radiant fullness and purity of the full moon, the light. The emptiness, that sacred empty space. The one who nurtures all beings, even the angels, and holds them in the palms of their hand. And the breath. So we're going to do a little chant with it. Subuhun, Kudusun, to turn to these four directions. So looking to the right, Subuhun, the fullness. Subuhun. And then to the left, Kudusun. Looking up, Rabal Malaikate. And then down into the heart, Waru. Subuhun, Kudusun, Rabal Malaikate, Waru. Subuhun, Kudusun, Rabal Malaikate, Just continue on the breath for a few moments, so just at your own speed. Breathing in, Subuhun, the fullness. Breathing out, Kudusun, letting go into the emptiness. Breathing in, the Rab al-Malaikate, the sustainer and creator of all the angels. And breathing out into the heart, the breath, the Holy Spirit. And one more time. And just letting your breath move naturally, sitting in this space. Awareness of this holding container. I'm going to delve a little bit further into the positions of the heart. A little bit more of the experience of Malikal mulk, this container of all the manifest world. So there's another pair of names of wazifas. Ya Mudil and Ya Mu'iz. Ya Mudil.
Ya Mudil.
Ya Mu'iz.
Ya Mu'iz.
It's my best approximation of the Arabic. There's a particular ayn sound which I'm not very good at in the Mu'iz. Mu'iz. So the Ya Mudil is the only one who brings us down to the lowest place. So in the time when you feel that your forehead is on the ground and there's nowhere lower to go, it's reminding us that the only one who brings us to that place is the same only one that raises us up again. Ya Mu'iz, the one who raises us up. This circle, the one who brings us down to the lowest point where the only other way to go is up. We have this sense of the turning of the wheel and the cycle. There's so much in this partnership. I'm just going to touch on it. A few words here and there. The divine power, Ya Mudil, the divine power that gives you a real desire and yearning to face your lowest self, to bow low and engage fully with the lowest regions of the self, brings you to your knees with your head on the ground. Surrender. Being brought low in your life could mean the opportunity to learn from the presence of Al-Mudil. By going low, which you thought was terrible, you may actually be drawn nearer to Allah. And then Ya Mu'iz, the one who honours or strengthens or raises you up. So it seems like it's opposite extremes. It's like this pole. Seeing these extremes as divine emanations, both of them. And the thing is that there's this transcendent sense of container around the high and the low, and that is Malikal mulk. I think of this as being like that slippery pole of the narcissistic ego, where on the one hand I'm puffed up, thinking that I'm something wonderful, and on the other hand I'm crashing down into, oh, I'm terrible, I'm not good enough. And a way to break out of that cycle is to drop into the holding hands of Ya Malikal mulk. So if you find yourself in that, on that greasy pole, then Malikal mulk might be part of the way out of there. Yeah. That, as well as remembering that there's only one who brings you up, down, or raises you up. You want to add anything to that? The realization. Sorry.
I was just yeah, these. I just love the holding hands being held, because the hands that hold every position, every state that we get into, whether it's terribly depressed and self-critical, or anxious, or overinflated.
Mm-hmm. So just to read a tiny bit more. The realization of God's presence in both extremes of being honoured and being shamed marks the appearance of the transcendent name for this pair of opposites, Malikal mulk. The point of view of Malikal mulk is that all manifestation, no matter how transient and changeable, never leaves the hands of Allah. After you come to the realization of Malikal mulk, then you can break through the veil of darkness.
Excellent.
Oh, it's so good. I could go on, but I don't want to just read and read and read. So I think I could do a little bit of practice with those as well. I'll come to my next reading. Oh yeah, there it is. So let's work a little bit with what we could see as this vertical. I don't know why I see it as vertical, but I suppose it's the high and the low, isn't it, of the this narcissistic pole of humanity.
Going up and down.
Going up and down, feeling
good and feeling
great,
shit.
feeling this, right, exactly, up and down. And being raised up and being brought down, this side. And then, Ya Malikal mulk. So we'll do Ya Mudil, bringing us down. Ya Mu'iz, raising us up. And then Ya Malikal mulk, the container, the holding hands, that all of that can just drop into. So again, we'll just do 11 times of those. Do you need them in the chat, do you think? I'll just... Okay to write them in. I love the way that Mudil looks like Mud Hill.
Yeah. Yeah.
It says it all.
So the words we use for feeling bad are associated with things that you generally find on the ground.
It's interesting, isn't it? Yeah. And Ya Mu'iz.
From clouds, of course.
Do clouds make us feel bad? Oh, right. Oh, yeah. I suppose so.
We talk about clouds.
Being under a cloud.
Yeah.
Yeah. So here we go. Ya Mudil, Ya Mu'iz, Ya Malikal mulk. 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 Let's just let those words travel on our breath for a little while. Just breathing with our inclination, sliding up and down that greasy pole, and then letting go into the holding hands. And there was a piece I was looking for, which was going to be my preparation.
Yeah.
And I can't remember quite where it is.
Which wazifa was it in?
Well, bear with me. Bear with, as Miranda says. I'm not finding it. Never mind. Maybe we're not meant to do it. Maybe actually looking at the time, maybe we're not meant to do it. Why don't you lead I'm in the heart of God? We'll skip that part.
So this particular dance suggested itself because we're talking about these hands that can hold us, that can hold everything, that are so big, that contain everything, all of creation, all of our parts, whatever state we're in. I am in the heart of God.
I am in the heart of God.
I am in God's heart.
I am in God's heart.
I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart.
I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart.
Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah.
Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah.
I am in God's heart.
I am in God's heart.
It is higher than all of my laughter.
It is higher than all of my laughter.
Deeper than all of my tears.
Deeper than all of my tears.
Wider than all of my wisdom.
Wider than all of my wisdom.
Greater than all of my fears.
Greater than all of my fears.
This is how big it is. It can hold us all of us. So these words, I think, come from Kahil Gibran's The Prophet. I'm not sure which part. But I am in the heart of God. I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Let's sing that together. I am in the heart of God. I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Let's sing that together. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Listen. It is higher than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. It is higher than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. I am in the heart of God. I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. Ishq Allah ma'bud lillah. I am in God's heart.
am in God's heart.
It is higher.
It is higher than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. Certainly is higher.
It's deeper.
And deeper.
And lower. Lower than my voice and higher than your voice.
Mine. Never mind, we'll do our best.
So, I mean, the original dance is actually, it's a partner dance, especially for the first part, a bit complicated. So I've just done some very simple movements. But so it's really about tuning into the heart of God. So anything you want to do with this to help you feel like you're in the heart of God is fine. I am in the heart of God, I am in the heart of God, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Ishkalama Purlila, Ishkalama Purlila, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. And reaching up. It is higher than all of my laughter, down, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, and turning, greater than all of my fears. Let's just do it, shall we?
Yeah.
See if I can remember the chords. I am in the heart of God, I am in the heart of God, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Ishkalama Purlila, Ishkalama Purlila, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Reaching up. It is wider than all of my wisdom, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. I am in the heart of God, I am in the heart of God, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Ishkalama Purlila, Ishkalama Purlila, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. It is higher than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. Last time. I am in the heart of God, I am in the heart of God, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Ishkalama Purlila, Ishkalama Purlila, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. It is brighter than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. I am in the heart of God, I am in the heart of God, I am in God's heart, I am in God's heart. Ishkalama Purlila, I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. It is higher than all of my laughter, deeper than all of my tears, wider than all of my wisdom, greater than all of my fears. I am in the heart of God. I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart. Sing that again. I am in the heart of God. I am in the heart of God. I am in God's heart. I am in God's heart.
I really wanted to play my viola then, so I did. So, the last little bit of practice, because another place where this word, Ya Malikal mulk, appears in the Quran is in conjunction with another pair of wazifas, wazaif, Ya Nafi and Ya Dar. And every time those two words appear, we also have Ya Malikal mulk. And so, Ya Nafi is the only source whose activity allows human beings to make use of anything for a higher good. And Adar is the only source whose activity produces our failure to do so. So, roughly speaking, it appears that we're talking about what appears to be good versus evil. So the only source of benefit and the only source of harm. And this is, we're getting into kind of slightly what my teacher calls Sufism for grown-ups. This is the sort of maybe not always so easy to understand how when we talk about unity, it can be quite a glib thing just to say, oh, we're all one. But if we really feel into what unity is, it means it is like just this, the only source of all benefit, the only source of all harm. Everything is included in there. And the thing about it is that when these names appear, they appear alongside Ya Malikal mulk. So remember that this is all held in the hands of God. Yeah, so just to round this off, the transcendental name for Ya Dar and Ya Nafi is Ya Malik and Ya Malikal mulk. And this pair of names describes the reality that ties the two opposites of benefit and harm together. All things are in the hands of Allah. All the scriptures talk about God in this way, as a truly transcendental being, beyond good and evil. So reciting Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk, offers the non-dualistic connection of these two extremes. All things are in the hands of Allah. So let's do one more short set of repetitions. We're going to do Ya Nafi,
Ya Nafi,
Ya Dar,
Ya Dar,
Ya Malik,
Ya Malik,
Ya Malikal mulk.
Ya Malikal mulk.
And we can really allow ourselves to drop into this with every repetition, going in a bit deeper, allowing this into our internal world, our internal understanding, our inner community. This apparent opposite, good and evil, benefit and harm, all is held in the hands of Allah. So with each repetition, dropping a little bit deeper into that holding, that container. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. One more time. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. So let's breathe in Ya Nafi, the only source of all benefit. And breathe out Ya Dar, the only source of all harm. And then breathing in Ya Malik, the holding hands that hold all of the inner reality. And out Ya Malikal mulk, the one who holds all manifested reality in their hands. Breathing at your own pace, breathing in Ya Nafi, out Ya Dar, Ya Malik into the inner spaces, Ya Malikal mulk into all the outer manifested reality. All benefit, all harm, all the inner worlds, all the outer realities, all held in the hands of Allah. And just releasing the words and just breathing. Breathing it in, breathing it out. Ameen. Pretty cosmic, eh? Let's finish with some zikr. You drum for me, beloved.
Mm-hmm.
La ilaha illallah.
La ilaha illallah.
Muhammadan Rasulullah.
Muhammadan Rasulullah.
So, La ilaha illallah is another way of saying what we just said. Ya Nafi, Ya Dar, Ya Malik, Ya Malikal mulk. Everything, all held in the hands of Allah. There only is Allah. There's nothing else. And Muhammadan Rasulullah, honouring and remembering the one who brought that message, and recognising our own prophetic nature, each one of us messengers of that amazing reality, sharing that on our breath everywhere we go when we remember. Let's stand up. This is a little melody that I learnt in Morocco, and I just do a little kind of North African step like this with it. It's very jaunty, so right foot in and then right foot out. So right in, left, and right out, left.
Rasulullah.
ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha illallah, Muhammadan Rasulullah, la ilaha illallah, la ilaha
Allah ya Malik ya Malikal mulk. Ameen.
Amen.
So thank you for joining us on this journey today. Really good to be with you, and if any benefit has accrued from this, may it be for all beings. And you know, there is no greater merit than our realizing, each one of us, our true nature in this way and sharing it with everyone we meet, everywhere we go. So friends, in blessing to all beings. May all beings be well. May all beings be happy. Peace.